Hey, I'm Kevin with Godlike Incorporated, and I'm here once again at BB King's in Midtown Manhattan tonight with Jerry Cortez at Tower of Power. TOP's playing tonight. They're on a consistent tour celebrating their 40th anniversary, and they're gearing up for a new CD release. Jerry was kind enough to take some time out of his schedule and go through his pedal board, which is, as you can see, mostly Maxon pedals. So, Jerry, nice to see you, and welcome to New York. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Jerry right now, and he's going to take you through these pedals and show you how he's using them to get his tones.
Great.
Jerry, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, first off, I just want to say what a big fan of Maxon pedals I am. I happened to call Maxon, I guess it was 2010, and I was just starting to play this gig in Tower of Power. And I had talked to a gentleman, and I said, I was inquiring about a particular phase shifter. And he said, well, what kind of music are you playing? I said, well, soul and R&B. I said, oh, yeah, you're in a band. We got to talking. I said, I'm in Tower of Power. And he goes, hold the line. Our CEO is a huge Tower of Power fan. So Kevin got on the phone and was really gracious with me and just basically said, what do you need, kind of thing. And he's been really gracious and has really taken care of me, and I'm really grateful for that. And just so you know, I would be using these pedals anyway, because they've always been my favorite pedals, and I've used many of the other brands before, and they, for some reason, just don't hold up like Maxon pedals. So anyway, there's a couple other things I don't have on my pedal board that are Maxon as well, but we can address the ones that are here. First off, I've got a tuner and a wah, basic, and then the thing that really makes my sound come alive is my compressor. And here, just to give you an idea, this is the guitar just straight through a twin at this point, and with a little reverb on it. So you can kind of hear okay, so that's without any compression at all, and just just a very conservative setting on the compressor. You can hear how it really kind of just makes the tone come alive. Of course, there's also a volume boost, but it seems like it takes all those frequencies and really pushes them out into the fore, which I really like. And I pretty much leave that sucker on every night, because to me it just, well, I have a backup pedal board too that has it has an overdrive and a Maxon overdrive and my compressor and a tuner. That's all it is. And to me, those are kind of like the essentials. So there's the compressor, and it's kind of one of those can't live without kind of pedals. So that one's like kind of first in line after the wah, and then so that's basically how I play rhythm stuff. It's all clean guitar, twin, cranked up. Well, I should say cranked up on a twin, 3's cranked. and then with the compressor in line there too, it's like taking it up to 5 or 6. So that's basically like the clean sound. And then when I want to do a solo, a new overdrive for me, I was using the OD808, which I really love the character, love the sound. A lot of times when we play venues like this, smaller, it's more intimate, closer together, a twin in a room like this is deadly. And that's why I even have plexi in front of it, so I can turn it up and get a sound like I was in the studio or something. So I needed something with the same kind of character, but with just a little bit more girth, so I can turn my amp down and get that same kind of sound like it was a cranked amp. So Kevin told me about the VP09, and thanks to Stu from War, also helped out and gave it a solid recommendation as well, and that was very helpful. So anyway, when I want to do a solo, I go into a single lines. Get back to single lines here for a sec. So I click in the overdrive here, and you could hear it it takes it to 11. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to get away with that level tonight, but close enough anyway. Once we get cranking up, the bass is going and everything. But I love the sound of that overdrive. It really just sounds like to me, it just sounds like a deluxe reverb on steroids or something, which is my favorite amp. A deluxe reverb. And the next one we have here, I love to use for comping. It's a phase shifter. A lot of the early Tower records, wonderful guitarist Bruce Conti used one beautifully, and he used an old Maestro phase shifter, which are, I don't know, they're probably like 10 grand now. I'm just exaggerating, but they're hard to come by kind of pedal, and if any of them are even working at this point. So I like the sound of a phase shifter. I won't go through all the different settings I use. I just kind of use kind of a swirling. Let me get a little warmer sound, but I use it typically for comping, usually like in ballads. So it gets this really nice percussive attack, and I try and typically stay away from it if there's a lot of organ going on, because it has kind of a Leslie kind of effect. So if he's playing piano, I can kind of get away with doing that. But there's even one song where he's actually doing an organ solo, and that subtle little swirl. I really like it. It's really great for that. And then the next one I have here is a delay, and one of my favorites is, on those old James Brown records, there was a guitar player named Jimmy Nolan. When I first heard Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, it just floored me. I was like, wow, this is the sound of that. Let me shut off my reverb. Actually, that's kind of taking it away. But it's kind of like if I were to crank it up, it would probably start to sound like a rockabilly kind of sound. But you turn the effect down, you have this really slow and a much smaller room, like tight little slap. And for funk and stuff like that, you got a clean setting. It really just kind of punches and just punches out in the mix. Love that. And then one other setting that I like to use, if I can dial this in, is just a single repeat. It's something guitar players have been doing for a long time. Buzzy Featon was one of the first guitar players I knew about that when he played solos, he would, pretty much all his sounds actually, he would have this kind of single repeat. And it's nice for like chords, that sort of thing. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Oops, sorry. But on solos, it can be a really beautiful thing. So I don't know if you could hear that. It was subtle. I try not to overdo it with effects anyway. I want it just like, oh, did he do something there? But anyway, that's pretty much it. We got to get on with our sound check here. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And yay, Maxon. Go Maxon.
So thanks, Jerry, for that awesome demonstration of the Maxon pedals that you're using. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to take Jerry's word for it, you better talk to the boss. We've got Emilio Castillo here, founding member of Tower of Power and producer for the band as well. Once Jerry came on board, Emilio contacted me and requested a couple of Maxon pedals for his home studio. So I sent him the 808 and the CP101. Emilio, tell us a little bit about how you're using these to record some of the new TOP tracks.
Well, it's interesting that I wrote this tune with this guy named Mark Dolan, and in the song it's got this part, and I'm not a guitar player, you know. I play rhythm, I write on guitar, I know all the chords, but like leads and stuff, I don't do that. You know? But I needed to put this part on, you know. And it was interesting when I brought the song to the band, the first thing Jerry says was, who played that guitar part? And I go, I did.
So
It was cool.
use out
It's a
of
great
necessity,
part.
right?
Yeah. And he says, yeah, I'm looking forward to recording that.
Great.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Tower of Power and Maxon. Castillo approved, Cortez used. For more info, visit us online at www.godlike.com. I'm Kevin for Godlike signing off, telling you to go get some Maxon.